Tonight on Team Voodoo Adventures, join Jude and the team as they explore the prehistoric swamplands of the Atchafalaya Basin, looking to rustle up a scurry of squirrels that will go great with a brown gravy. Then we're headed into brackish waters near the coast to snag another prehistoric monster, Alligator Gar. All that and more, next on Team Voodoo Adventures.
Here in the hot, muggy, humid, but beautiful and exotic and lustrous lands and waters of the Atchafalaya Basin. It can be intimidating to try and find your way around if it's your first time here. Sticking to the main roads will get you a good ways. But if you want to observe the real beauty of the basin, you're gonna have to trade your four wheels for a solid sheet of aluminum. Once you hit the water, you're met with an immense maze of waterways, canals, lakes, ponds, and bayous. From above, it looks as though the basin is one big watery lake full of trees. And while that can be the case at some points during the year, the fact is, the basin actually has more dry land than water. The basin contains about 70% forest habitat and only about 30% marsh and open water. It contains the largest block of floodplain forest in the United States. Best known for its iconic cypress tupelo swamps, this block of forest also represents the largest remaining contiguous tract of coastal cypress in the US. In my area of the basin, and when flood or overflow waters subside, there are tons of swamp islands to set foot on and explore the prehistoric nature that hasn't changed in this area since the last ice age. The wildlife found in these areas are incredibly diverse, and when managed properly, can easily flourish with tons of sustainable produce. Once a year, my group of dedicated wildlife conservationists head into our little plot of swampland to balance out the population of one particular little critter that lives in this thick canopy of trees, squirrels. For first-time and youth hunters, chasing squirrels is a good way to increase your accuracy and stealth when creeping throughout the woods.
I thought, man, this is gonna be a slow hunt. Then I got to the end of my line, which is about 50 yards from here, and I seen it was just sitting perfect in a ball. I shot it, fell, got it, and I keep walking, kind of stop, look. Then I see two of them chasing. Shoot the first one, it falls. The second one moves again. Shoot that one, it fell. Then I walk down that line, get those two, and I'm walking back, and I go 20 yards. Then I look back and I see another one, so I have to walk all the way back. Shoot that one, got it. Then I walk down the full of the trail again, and I saw one just hop out and it was just staring right at me. And I was like, all right, boom, fell.
Now, some might argue that squirrel is too small and gamey to eat, but that couldn't be further from the truth. For one, they offer way more meat than quail or dove, and even blue-winged teal. And squirrel meat is super high in protein too, with 26 grams per 3 ounces, and low in fat. So in fact, squirrel is nutritionally good for you too. This haul will make an incredible meal. Well seasoned with a little camp dog, browned in duck fat, throw in the holy trinity of onions, bell peppers, and celery. Reduce down with a good beer until it makes that good gravy. Hi-yow! In the words of the late, great Justin Wilson, this gon' be good, I guarantee. Now, getting back on the subject of wildlife management, down in the saltwater marshes near the coast, a lot of fishermen are very grateful that some residents seek out a fish that can totally upset an ecosystem of popular fish, if left to flourish. Coming up after the break, the white bean himself will show us another trick of his trade, making groceries out of alligator gar.
That's how you make groceries.
All that and more, next.
What Protec is we've got a special material that we use to encapsulate guns, ammunition, antiques. What we're going to do is take this material, build a bag out of it, insert the gun or the ammunition, whatever it is, and we're going to purge down, getting the inside environment down to about single digits in humidity, and the oxygen levels from everywhere in the world is about 21% down to about below 1%. Well, that's going to keep any metals, ferrous items from corrosion, rusting. So they can store them, bring them to us. This is a reusable material as well. So we can package their guns, come hunting season, cut it open, pull the gun out, use it, bring the bag back to us, and we'll repackage it for them. For you hunters, you duck hunters, you guides out there, you're leaving ammo in the blinds, and you come back the next day or a week later, and you find that the box is wet and the shells are falling all over. We can pre-package. You can leave it in. You got 5 blinds. You go and leave a couple boxes in each blind. They're there when the hunters need them. You can come back next year and it's still good.
Y'all go ahead and look it up at
ProtectDefender.com.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes, a little less than a month.
Coming up on 2 months now, yeah.
Cool. I want to show you guys these 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax.
Beautiful.
Do you think it would be good for moving in together?
Moving in together?
Okay. Well, this is the Chevy Equinox.
Wow.
Nice.
Perfect for when you 2 have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse for when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Oh.
5?
Well, no matter what stage of life you're in, Chevy has an SUV for you.
We have it all planned out, thanks.
Hardcore Equipment is proud to be a sponsor of Team Voodoo. And to all you Voodooites out there, we want to offer a special deal. 5% above cost on any UTV, any tractor, or any trailer. And that's only for you guys, the ones who are outdoors, just like Hardcore. The team here at Hardcore Equipment is proud to be a sponsor of Team Voodoo. And remember, when the only road is no road, it's Team Voodoo and Hardcore Equipment.
Last week, we took you on a fishing tour of the Louisiana coastline. We saw all the pretty reds and specks available to catch, and those are incredibly tasty fish. Well, that habitat can be easily torn away by another species if not properly managed, and that's due to a creature known as the Alligator Gar. These menacing-looking behemoths are generally olive green or yellow and have a heavily scaled body, a tooth-filled mouth, and wide alligator-like snout gives this species its name. While most breeds of these fish prefer freshwater lakes and slow-moving rivers and bayous, these tough guys can also handle the salty brackish waters near the coast too. White Bean may be the sultan of swine hunting, but today he's gonna show us how he's also the godfather of gar. We got a pop string on this one. I got a couple beans and some catfish. Oh, I feel something in this net. I feel something, boys. You're not going home hungry. Oh. See, it just takes a magic throw. 1, 2, 3. We got about 45, 50 mullet, which is exactly what we're gonna be using for bait. Now that I got him exhausted, it's time for me to reel in some fish. You wanna drive your boat? I'll let you drive. You know where we're going. Yeah, if I knew where I was going. Let me. Bean likes to use fresh caught mullet when setting lines for the garfish. And now that we have all the bait caught, now we just have to set all the lines.
It's relatively easy. You just gotta fish it through.
This is what they do to big offshore fish as well. But it's a trait that the gar fishermen and the big inland fishermen use. And you poke it through.
Feed it through. Pull him all the way down to it's in his mouth.
Now we are using the whole fish because we are expected to catch fish big enough to eat the whole thing, okay? Again, this is brackish water, all right? The Alligator Gar, I think the largest one on record is gonna be close to 6 or 7 foot long, I think. Is that right?
No, I caught a 7-footer last year.
So 8 foot, 9 foot.
Probably 9 or 10.
Okay.
They get pretty, I don't know what the record would be, but 200 plus pounds.
Okay, the Alligator Gar could get up to upwards of 200 plus pounds, okay? I can't tell you the exact footage because every time I say a footage, he says he caught one that big. So hopefully today we do that as well. How long is your boat?
18.
18, so we'd like to put two garfish face to fin and fill up this boat. That would be nice.
We want just the very tip of the boat sticking out the water.
Engine troubles right off the back. Sometimes when you're on an adventure and not in the gator tail, the cards aren't always dealt just right. Really, motor? Something going on with the fuel. Son of a hook caught me. Why was I dumb did that?
I did have a paper towel though.
Too late, I didn't cut my shirt now. Whenever you're throwing these leaders out, make sure your fingers are not next to the leaders. You grab the string and the buoy and you toss. I tossed a while ago and the leader caught me mid-finger and just sliced all the way down. What's wrong, B? Nope, you let me throw him. But now we're ready to go. Duct tape fixes everything. A ham sandwich does too. Big bull. There he is. You want to hit him or you can't catch him? You can catch him, you can't sell him. You don't want to knock him out, eh? That's a big old bull, dude. No, we didn't. Yeah.
my spot too wet.
We all know he ain't scratched.
Look, dude.
The alligator gar is the largest species in the gar family and among the largest freshwater fish in North America. The fossil record traces its existence back to the early Cretaceous, over 100 million years ago. Gars are often referred to as primitive fishes or living fossils because they have retained some morphological characteristics of their earliest ancestors, such as a spiral valve intestine, which is also common to the digestive system of sharks, and the ability to breathe both air and water. Their scales are not like the scales of other fish. Rather, they are ganoid scales, which are bone-like diamond-shaped scales, often with serrated edges and covered by an enamel-like substance. Ganoid scales are nearly impenetrable and are excellent protection against predation. Unlike other gar species, the upper jaw of an alligator gar has a dual row of large, sharp teeth, which are used to impale and hold prey. They are considered euryhaline because they can adapt to varying salinities, ranging from freshwater lakes and swamps to brackish marshes, estuaries, and bays along the Gulf of Mexico.
I saw you make grocery and the police for holy.
Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put your gloves on. Hey, bruh.
You can be the master of hunting hogs or hooking gar, but that doesn't always mean that you remember to bring enough gas for your boat when you're putting around the coast all day. Stranded again. This time a nearby friend helped out with a gallon of gas. When you're on an adventure, you take the ups with the downs. And we had a blast on this trip, so we'll be seeing many, many more trips with old Feliz Frijoles. And we hope you enjoyed the adventure today too. Don't forget to check out our channel on YouTube for all our previous adventures. And while you're perusing the interwebs, give us a follow on Facebook and Instagram too. Join us again next week for more purebred Cajun stories here in South Louisiana. Until then, I'm your host, Jude Mequet, and this is Team Voodoo Adventures.
Shouting to the wildlife, but no one answers back. I'm walking where I should not. It tries to stay intact, but why? stepping on the wildlife, but no one looks around, questions his tradition, or fear that it's all false.